Hello everyone! In this video, I'll help you get ready for Quiz 2. We'll review the key concepts you'll need, including graphs, distributions, measures of central tendency, variability, and z-scores. I'll also give you some practice-style examples to make sure you understand how these concepts work. Let's start with graphs. A histogram is used for continuous data, like test scores. The bars touch each other because the values are on a continuous scale. A bar chart, on the other hand, is for categorical data like favorite ice cream flavors. The bars don't touch because categories are separate. Think of it this way. If you're looking at people's ages in years, that's a histogram. If you're looking at their majors, psychology, business, or biology, that's a bar chart. A distribution shows how data are spread out. Some common shapes include unimodal, one clear peak; bimodal, two peaks, like test scores with two groups of students performing very differently; multimodal, more than two peaks. We also pay attention to skew. A positive skew has a long tail to the right. For example, annual incomes, where most people earn moderate amounts but a few earn very high salaries. A negative skew has a long tail to the left. For example, retirement age, since most people retire around 65, but some retire very early. Central tendency describes the typical score in a dataset. The mean is the average. The median is the middle score. The mode is the most frequent score. For instance, if students in a group scored 70, 75, 75, 80, and 100, mean equals sign 80, median equals sign 75, mode equals sign 75. Central tendency alone doesn't tell the full story. We also need to know how spread out the scores are. That's variability. Variance is the average of squared deviations from the mean. Standard deviation is the square root of the variance, which puts the measure back into the original units. For example, if two classes both have an average score of 80, but in one class, everyone scored between 78 and 82, while in the other scores ranged from 50 to 100, the means are the same. But the second class has a much larger standard deviation. A z-score tells us how far a score is from the mean in terms of standard deviations. Positive z-scores are above the mean. Negative z-scores are below the mean. For example, if the average height in a group is 65 inches with a standard deviation of 3, then someone who is 71 inches tall has a z-score of +2. That means they are 2 standard deviations above the mean. Z-scores allow us to compare across different tests or measures. And that's a quick review of the major topics you'll need for Quiz 2. Histograms versus bar charts, distributions and skew, mean/median/mode, variance and standard deviation, and z-scores. Be sure to practice a few problems on your own, especially calculating variance, standard deviation, and z-scores. With a bit of review and practice, you'll be ready to do great on the quiz.